Well, anyway, we are here as usual.
We are here. Hell of an intro. We are here. We exist.
We are here. If you follow us both, we had the amazing opportunity when this is out. We've already been and everything to see Masters of the Universe early at the premiere. What can we say? Actually, that's a good
Can
point
we
because I know
say?
there's a rumor
Well,
about it.
yeah,
Can we
because
say
by the
what we
time.
thought at all?
Well, is that technically a review? I mean, I guess we can't go into full review or spoiler territory.
No.
If you like Masters of the Universe, you will really like this film, I think, is
Yes.
is all what I can say about it.
Safe to say, it
Yeah.
was awesome. That's all I'm saying. It was
Yes.
awesome. I loved it.
And
There we go.
all of the
Done.
cast. Well, we can talk about the experience on the carpet. Obviously, we can do that
Yeah, yeah,
separate from spoilers and reviews, but
yeah.
everyone in the cast is genuinely so nice. They were so
They are
lovely
amazing.
to all of us, to all of us who cosplay their various characters. Spoke with many of them throughout the course of the evening. We're talking the actor who plays Mechanic, the actor who plays Triclops, and the actor who plays Ram Man, of course, John Shuzhang, who has been so lovely.
Amazing.
He
Honestly,
crossed over the barricade just to come talk to us, and I was dressed in Ram Man, and it was just the most
he
wholesome
came. Hang on.
interactions.
He came over to talk to us, but he mostly came over to talk to you because of that suit. You
Because
both
I
took a
was
photo of each other at the same time.
That's true. Yes. He saw me seeing him, and we both whipped out our phones, and we have the opposite angle photos of each other, which is phenomenal. Taken at the exact same time. And yeah, again, no spoilers, but it was a very fun time had by all, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was. He came over to me and I said, "You commented on my post the other day," and I didn't have to say anything else. He knew exactly who I was straight away, which was amazing. And then complimented me on the work I'd put into it, stuff like that. He was amazing. And unfortunately, I didn't get to meet Nicholas. I would have loved to meet Nicholas because I respected the effort he put in listening to the YouTube video they put out about him training and everything. He did look at me and then say, "You look awesome," so I'll take that. And that he did notice my cosplay and everything, so I'll notice that. That was fantastic. It was just a shame that the bigger actors seemed to, and it wasn't them. I would never blame it on them. They just got ushered away. Like literally, as soon as they'd done the interview, it was like, "We need to go and do more interviews. See you later." Unfortunately, but
That's
it
how
was
these things go
still.
sometimes, but yeah.
We got noticed by them. I got noticed by Nicholas. Camilla noticed Tess as Tila, and she said, "I see you, Tila," and gave her a bit of a wink, which was awesome. But as we say, definitely the highlight was the Warriors of Eternia. They were so,
Yeah.
so good. They were amazing.
They were so
And
much fun. Yeah.
I did my usual thing and took a shot. So we can say that the next episode after this, the MCM wrap up episode, we have our first movie actor interview.
Phenomenal. Well, technically not the first, but our first maybe headline movie
First,
actor interview.
yes,
Yes.
headline movie actor, yes.
Yes. We are being joined by Ramman himself, John Shuzhang, who is coming onto the podcast. John, as we said, has very graciously spoke to all of us at the premiere. We got loads of photos with him. He was so excited to see us being excited for the film. And Troy, the shot paid off, man. He's coming to record with us for the very next episode, which is crazy.
Yeah, he
Absolutely
did not
crazy.
even, amazingly, did not even hesitate. He was like, 100% I am down. And then this morning, I messaged saying, me and Dex have come up with a date. We're both free. Would this be down? And within like 10 minutes, he'd put, pencil it in.
Nice.
So next Thursday night, we will be getting the chance to interview him, which is amazing.
Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, I am so excited about that.
It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of
Yeah,
fun. So yes, look out for that one. We're very excited about it. Maybe we can get more of them. Maybe we can get a bunch of them in, just to
I
talk all at the
will
same
be
time.
trying
I mean, I'm about to message Triclops right now. Kojo.
to do it.
I think I should, to be
Go
fair.
for it.
But yeah, this is us. This is this episode. Let's focus on this episode
Yeah,
for
this
now.
episode.
Before we get too excited about the next one, what's going
Yeah.
on, Troy? What's in the news?
So there's a few bits. We literally just before recording, it has only just been announced that unfortunately Fable has been delayed till 2027 February, which I said, and we both said we're disappointed. However, I'm always happier for them to do this and give me a product that is finished and to the standards they want to release it at than releasing it broken. We need updates and everything because Playground Games, they haven't done anything like this before. This is their first like RPG or even like mostly what they've done lately is the Forza Horizon series, which I've played a few of, but even just looking from the inside, that game is super polished. It is literally like on the IGN scale. I mean, IGN sometimes the reviews are a bit like, what? Like, I think it's like the last three Forza Horizons they've given tens to.
Yeah. Hard
So
thing to live up to. And six
that's the type of
seems
polish.
yeah, six seems incredible. It is on Game Pass. I've not played it yet because there have been so many good games out lately, and I want to make sure I get to them all. In terms of good games, so there's one that I caved and bought today. I know Troy already has it. Don't know if you've already played it. 007 First Light.
I have not had chance to play it. I am literally going to sit and play it once we've finished recording. The reviews are amazing for First Light.
Yes, it is. This is no spoilers. This is something you can see in the trailers. It's very cinematic. You know, they
It's a Bond
blend
movie.
very well. Yeah, absolutely. They blend very well the feel of a Bond movie with the gameplay of, I mean, Hitman. It's kind of unavoidable given that it's iOS Studios who also made Hitman. They blend the Hitman action with the Bond kind of feel and style. It also feels a lot of Uncharted in there, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Not at
It's one thing I will say, the tutorial is very clever.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, that's all I'll say. The tutorial is very
Yeah.
clever. And the fact that you're a very young, this is like First Light, literally. This is the first outing, the first dawn of who will become what we know now as James Bond. And that's the entire premise of the game. And I will not say any more for
I
Troy's
have
sake.
tried to avoid everything with it. I've seen the first couple of trailers, even like usually sometimes with gameplay, I will like go on and watch like part 1 walkthrough, part 2 walkthrough, and see what it's like. And that this one I have tried to avoid because I've heard this. I'm a massive Daniel Craig Bond fan. This gives me the Daniel Craig Bond vibe, maybe mixed with a little bit of Pierce Brosnan in there.
Okay.
It gives with the gadgets and stuff like that, but more of like a Daniel Craig's era thing, which is Daniel Craig's my Bond. That's who I grew up with. Like mostly, is it not the first Bond I watched, but it was like the first Bond I went to the cinema to see. So I am
Maybe
so
mine too.
excited.
Yes, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's yeah, it there's a lot of movie in it, like the skeleton of the game. It feels very rooted in the films. I mean, it's got its own Bond intro, and I think it'd be,
That's mad.
people would hate it if it didn't, and it's great. It's a great
Yeah.
intro. So
Yeah.
and Bond is played by Patrick Gibson, an Irish actor. So
Mhm.
he was Dexter Morgan in the Dexter prequel as well. That's right. That's where I know him from. Yeah. So there you go. Thoughts soon when Troy actually plays it.
Yeah. Just pop quiz time. Do you actually know why they have 00?
I don't actually.
So the 00 is to become a 00 agent. The number is just you're the 7th agent we have. You're literally just given a number. So there is 006, 009, 00. The 00 is to get that number, you have to perform 2 kills.
Yes, I did know that. Yes, you're quite right. Yeah. Do you know why Ian Fleming named him James Bond?
Wasn't it like it's the most boring name he could think of or something like
Literally. Yep. He wanted a very bland, generic name, and he turned like to his he looked to the side of him, and there was a book, an ornithology book by a guy called James Bond, and so he took the author's name as his character's name. So.
And it's meant to be a boring name, but it sounds so cool.
It does now, yes.
Just from what we know, yeah.
Yeah, the legacy
Given
of
the
all the
context.
actors who played him, yeah, so.
Sticking with games, this one's a big one I am so happy for. And like, we heard rumors of this, but the fact it's a real thing and coming so long after the last one, we are actually getting a Witcher 3 DLC.
It's wild. Yeah. All the rumors, as you've said, were floating around, but it's coming out in 2027. Like, when did this game come out, actually? Because
it's obviously going to link to the Siri thing, isn't it? That's what it's going to bridge the gap. I think because it's been so long, they want to do something to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
which is
The Witcher
perfect.
3.
I love
Yeah,
that.
totally. Witcher 3 came out in 2015, so it'll be
So it's
12
an 11,
years since it
12 years when
first
that comes
released.
out. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah,
that's insane.
that's wild.
That's got to be
But
one of the longest distances between a DLC ever released for a game. Has to
maybe,
be.
probably actually, it would not surprise me at all.
Because you look at something
And
like Warcraft and stuff like that. That I take that as differently because it's an ongoing. It's not like it's a one and done DLC.
yes, exactly. Like their expansions, expansions in MMOs like World of Warcraft do kind of fundamentally change the game, whereas DLC for most games, or what I consider to be DLC, are things that are optional. Like you can buy them and it's an additional story or additional levels or whatever, but you don't need it. Whereas, stuff in MMOs like World of Warcraft, it kind of becomes part of the update.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild. And how many people are now booting up Witcher 3 again to play it through again, spend hundreds of hours in it again? I mean, yeah, it's such not an easy game to go back to, but it feels, because I mean, at parts it is very hard. What I mean by that is it's an easy game in terms of you know what you're getting and it's going to be a good time no matter when you play it again. So yeah.
Just a few more game things. I don't really play this, but it's obviously at one point was a massive thing. Bungie are reportedly considering relaunching Destiny 2 as Destiny Infinity. So they're going to try and relaunch this thing to be obviously now like a continuous thing rather than just 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 sort of thing. They're just going to do it as like an ongoing.
Interesting.
I never got into Destiny, if I'm fully honest. It just never grabbed me.
I mean, the gunplay is actually pretty good. Like the mechanics, the feel of shooting the guns, and the guns are all so cool and unique, is great. The game is obscenely grindy. It is maybe one of the grindiest games I've ever played, and that's why I fell off of it very hard. I used to be obsessed. I remember being super obsessed with Destiny, and then I literally woke up one day and was like, what am I doing? Why am I spending so much time doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and none of it feels new? So that was my problem with it. And I know that sounds crazy because I love Hades, and that is obviously doing a lot of the same thing over and over again, but each run feels different, and there's a randomized element to it. But yeah, anyway, that's interesting news that they're making it potentially making an ongoing thing. So
Probably the last gaming thing I'm going to touch on. It happens every year. However, the campaign kind of looks interesting, which is Modern Warfare 4.
4!
Yeah, so they are carrying on with the new one. So the interesting part to me was when I was watching this, I was like, another Call of Duty and everything. I do like the Modern Warfare storyline, the Modern Warfare setting. I prefer it. I didn't like the Black Ops thing in the last one where they went topsy-turvy and gases where you were mind controls. Just too much. I prefer it like they've said for ages, it's meant to be boots on the ground. Literally like that.
Yeah.
Quite like how this one is actually set in Korea, in South
That is interesting.
Korea.
I didn't realize that, actually.
And the South Koreans this time, because usually when it's something like, I'm not trying to stereotype here, this is a lot of what Call of Duty have done. When they pick a villain, they seem to pick a lot of Asian countries, which I don't think is right.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting, actually.
They do seem to. It's like Russia, it's in all them, and it's like, it's never the Americans are the bad guys.
Yeah, well, the newer ones especially. Modern Warfare 2. I loved the original Modern Warfare 2 for that exact reason. That twist blew my mind.
Yes,
yeah.
That was the perfect way to do it. However, this time, I will give it a chance to see what it's like, because you are in control of the South Koreans. The South Koreans are one of the main protagonists. So it's going to be, they're bringing back Captain Price from the other Modern Warfares and everything, but it sounds like they're going to bring the South Korean army and him together. So it's not going to be just Captain Price is with the SAS, Captain Price is with the Navy SEALs. It's going to be a new direction, and it's going to be something like that, which, if you watch the trailer, it does actually look really, really interesting.
I will check it out, actually, because that is I don't think that's something we've really seen before.
No.
So that's cool. Huh.
I want to see I was thinking this the other day. Like, obviously we've just spoken about Master of the Universe, love it, and everything like that. I do want to see more diverse stories about the characters. And the big one that popped into my head was Shang-Chi. Massively.
Yeah.
Loved it. I want to see more. And when I see looking at comic books and stuff like that, there are characters that we're bringing into the MCU, which are great and stuff like that. There are characters out there that are these diverse characters from other cultures, and a lot of the culture is their powers and their background of where they got these. And I want to see those.
Yeah, I think the way it's handled really well, and Marvel are very good at this, like handling how the culture not only just ties into the character and who they are as a person, but also kind of ties into their power set. Like Wakanda is like, you cannot have Black Panther be from anywhere else but Wakanda, and Wakanda itself is powered and fueled by vibranium, which is such a rich, useful resource for everyone on planet Earth. Like, without the Wakandans, without vibranium, you wouldn't have Captain America's shield, you wouldn't have half of Iron Man's tech, and it informs, like, as well, the powers of the Black Panther. So yeah, like when it's done to the degree of sensitivity and like proper inclusion that it is, like, yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm all for it, and I'm still upset we haven't had a Shang-Chi sequel yet. Like,
Me too.
come
Like, me
on.
too, majorly. Like, I know we're going to see him in Doomsday, but, like, where's he been? What's he been doing and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been literal years until like before, when we saw him, he was being introduced to the Avengers, and then he disappeared off the face of the earth, and loads of stuff is happening, and he has like some of the most powerful artifacts that have ever existed in the universe with the Ten Rings. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, I'm like going back to the Call of Duty thing, and this is just me. I've just been trying to think of how to say it and trying to equate it to modern world. And I'm not going to try and go too political because we try not to massively because we're talking about games and fun stuff and all that. Looking at the modern climate and making a game where someone like the Americans are all good and everything is not true
Yes.
anymore. It's very grey nowadays. Like there doesn't seem to be one overall good guy. It's very grey. So although yes, some guy in America may be trying to stop a war, but some guy in America is also keeping that war bloody going. That's all I'm going to say on that. So I want to see that brought into stuff a lot more. And one of the ones we touched on the other week that they are definitely going to be doing that is Metro. They are really pushing the fact that they wanted to push that stuff like this is happening, although they're using a very different setting to talk about that point and prove that point. They are going there, and I want to see more of that because there's a grey line between good and evil now. There's just straight down the middle at the minute.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
mean,
push for that more.
I agree. For all of the like realism that Call of Duty touts itself on, it's like, oh, look how this is like you have like military consultants that work on the game. You're all about like the realism of it, and like the game is still very arcadey, and the stories, while like especially in the newer Call of Duty games, like just don't feel grounded in reality anymore because like it's not exactly as you say. There's no clear good and bad guy. Like the Western world is very much the bad guy in many people's eyes. Like it's about perspective, Everyone's hero is someone else's villain. And yeah, of course, historical figures, there have been people in history who are like bad and good, but that's the beauty of history. We have the hindsight to reflect and go, well, this was the actions, the catalyst, this is what happened, and then this is what was the result of that, and we can then conclusively go, Hitler was a bad guy, for example. When you're in the midst of it and you don't like even try to acknowledge the fact that it could be happening again in your art, which is meant to be realistic and gritty or whatever, is a miss. So
yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say on that is, if anyone's not watched it, go watch the film Civil War because it might open your eyes a little bit. Back on movies.
Yay!
Something I am excited about because I want them to go back to how the original was. The Rambo prequel is getting a summer 2027 release date. Now, this is going to be John Rambo in Vietnam.
Oh, jeez.
I want them to go really, really hard-hitting, full depressing, everything, show the whole shebang. Again, show the Americans being bad guys.
Yes.
Show the Vietnamese also being bad guys.
Yes.
Show everything, and this guy that is mentally struggling stuck in the middle of it.
Yep. If it doesn't do that, that is a failure of a Rambo movie. Because especially a prequel to Rambo, to First Blood, rather, the fact
First
that,
Blood
like,
is phenomenal.
yes,
Like,
people.
I will stand by that. Like, you can watch all the other Rambos as a bit of fun, so they are like gun-ho movies, and Stallone will say that he was started having a bit of like a macho competition with Arnie at the time when Rambo was coming. Rambo First Blood, in my opinion, is a near perfect movie.
It's incredible. It is, for the exact reasons that you said, that, like, it's about the mental health aspect. It's about this Vietnam War veteran who has come back with no support system, who is forgotten by the country that he was serving, who is, struggling to, reconcile everything he did and was forced to do in this hostile environment with trying to be a normal, quote-unquote, person again, a civilian again. Like, yeah, all of the other Rambo movies, it's all run and gun. But in, like, First Blood, he kills, 2 people? And it's reluctantly, Like, it's not the film people think it is. And the other, yes, as you say, the Rambo sequels have kind of made the image of Rambo being, like, this, muscular, greasy, oiled-up, like, gun-toting dude. But he's fucked up. And, like, people need to acknowledge, especially in today's day and age that we're talking about it more than ever, like, the mental health aspect is what makes Rambo Rambo. So
yeah, I just, they need to go hard hitting with this. Take it back to the original rather than what we got in the later ones. Not that I don't enjoy the later ones, I still enjoy them. But First Blood is by far the best actual made movie of the lot.
Yeah, they're just different films. It's like Alien and Aliens, they're different films. People like other ones, but
funnily enough, staying on Stallone, it's like Rocky.
It's like Rocky. Yeah, actually, it's like Rocky. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
People forget he loses in Rocky 1. He loses the big fight, and it turns out it's not about that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and then you get Rocky 2, 3, 4. But yeah.
So there is 2 Marvel things on here. One good, one bad.
Okay.
Do we finish with the good?
Finish with the good. What's bad?
Okay. I really don't like this, and I did not know about this. Marvel legend Stan Lee is to be resurrected through AI, with his voice and likeness licensed for commercial use.
Ugh, no, that's very icky. That's very icky.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I really, really, really don't like that. An AI company called 11 Labs have acquired the rights to Stan Lee's image and voice and intends to license them for further use by other companies, opening the door for digital resurrected Stan Lee appearances in films and commercials.
How does the Stan Lee estate feel about this? I mean, presumably they have to sign off on it, but, like, oh, that's icky.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all.
Anything from the estate.
It's so exploitative.
The legal rights to Lee's image remain messy, subject with Stan Lee Universe now set up as a joint venture involving Stan Lee's own company, POW Entertainment, shortly before his death in 2018. However, Lee also attempted to sue POW Entertainment, claiming the company other chief conspired to fundamentally steal his name and likeness for the benefit and financial gain. So there doesn't really seem to be a thing.
God. I remember when, like, the Michael Jackson and Tupac holograms were a thing, and that made me feel icky. This is, like, next level gross.
They've said 11 Labs have said previously for other people they have using innovation not to replace humanity but to celebrate it. It's not about replacing voices, it's about amplifying them, opening doors for new stories everywhere. The company's technology was also used on James Earl Jones's Darth Vader. See, the difference is with James Earl's Darth Vader is he gave them permission himself to continue using his voice for the character because he understood it was such a predominant character, and it was Darth Vader, not James Earl Jones. He gave them permission to use his voice as the character, not him himself. Yes. They're saying to give opening doors for new stories everywhere. Stan Lee told his stories. He had his time, as much as I hate to say it. He made incredible stories in that. He had his time. Without his mind, how can a computer using just a likeness create new stories for him?
Yeah, that's...
The James Earl Jones thing is a complete different topic. You cannot bring that in to the equation of that. It was a
Agreed.
character, not his likeness.
Yep.
That sucks.
That
Let him
sucks.
rest.
Let him rest, please. Like, how he'd probably be mortified at this, right? Like, that's crazy to me.
He had a bad time towards the end. Like, he had a really bad time. If you read up on what happened, there was a lot of people exploiting him. There's a documentary on it where the people like managing him just exploited the hell out of him really badly. And I don't like it. I don't support it. I hope that Marvel Studios don't use it. It would feel like a real massive disservice if they did, and I would hate it.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would support it. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
God.
yeah, on the last thing, this is just this one I've just seen randomly. It's not even Marvel. They're doing a Zorro and Django movie.
Yes.
Random.
That is very random. I guess in terms of timelines, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
How old is Django in this, though? Like...
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea. The last bit of Marvel news, which I was going to say was really good. X-Men 97 Season 2 looks fantastic.
Oh, I have not actually watched the trailer yet, because I know everyone was watching it after the Masters of the Universe premiere, and I was like, nope, I'm going to watch it in my own time, and my own time has not come yet. I've been very busy.
Yeah.
But,
I just skimmed it. I haven't watched it in full, but it looks awesome.
Yes, I don't know if they've shown it in the trailer. I'm just riffing here. I don't think Gambit's dead. I think he's going to come back as a Horseman of the Apocalypse, and that's how he's going to...
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it to tell you, so I don't know.
Fair enough. But, like, obviously
in
Season 1 he dies, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah. All I know from flicking through it is there is a lot of brand new characters.
Interesting. Okay.
It looks like there is a lot. Maybe they popped up here and there, or they're returning, but the ensemble is massive this time. It looks huge. And there's a lot of redesigns for characters.
Okay, I'm down for that.
So,
I love what they did to Season 1, obviously. Some of the best things the MCU has ever done, continuing from an excellent series. So, yeah, down. Let's go. Good stuff.
Weirdly, I've never found an X-Men that I really, jump to. I love Wolverine. I like him.
Yeah.
I like Deadpool, and I love cosplaying them and that. There's never been that one X-Men character. Everyone seems to have their one X-Men character. Like, they are like, that's my guy. The only one that I really sort of is Magneto.
Yeah.
I really like Magneto. So I have considered cosplaying Magneto. But it's like, there's never been that one that's just like, that's my X-Men.
That is interesting.
I don't know.
I'll have to have a think of who might, because there's so many characters, obviously, like, good and bad.
Yeah.
Magneto, perfect example of, he's not a bad guy. Not at all. I don't think he's a villain whatsoever. He's the antagonist, but he's not the villain.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll have to have a think. You would suit many characters, of course. Like, you would make an excellent Cyclops.
See, Cyclops I didn't used to like at all, but that's because of the movies.
Yes. Yeah, he's a wet blanket in the movies. He does nothing.
He is a terrible wet blanket in the movies.
Yeah. But 97
straight away.
Cyclops.
Literally. I was about to say that. And hopefully, Doomsday Cyclops, James Marsden, can rectify it.
Yes. Give him a chance. I reckon he could do it if given the right script, So, Iceman? You'd make a good Iceman. He's cheeky.
I have been told Iceman.
Yeah.
But how would you cosplay that? That is a very difficult one to cosplay.
You'd have to do one of the suited versions, and then some body paint, some white makeup, eye contacts, something like that maybe.
Another one I've been told is Angel.
Oh yeah. That'd be interesting.
But just never been a huge Angel fan. So
no, he's kind of lame until he becomes Archangel.
Yeah. So it's the same sort of thing we've just had a discussion with Bullseye. I love Bullseye, and I love Wilson Bethel's performance of Bullseye. I love the new Bullseye suit, which looks incredible, by the way. It looks amazing. It's ripped from the comics. To me, it looks most like the new Ultimate Bullseye from the newest Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
If you go search that, it looks like a mix of that and maybe a couple of bits of his 616. I feel like if I cosplayed it, I'm betraying my favorite character.
With literally his arch nemesis, yes.
Yeah. I don't know, I love it, but I'm like literally his arch nemesis is my guy. It's like my favorite guy. It feels a bit like a betrayal.
I get it. When you care about a character that much, someone that much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to have a think about X-Men, because I fucking love the X-Men. They were one of my first Marvel things I ever encountered, ever. So, and a whole book, like an encyclopedia of all the X-Men, and there's so many X-Men and their villains and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited.
Nice one.
Cool. Well, what have we
MCM.
got today? Is MCM. Indeed, we were both at MCM Comic Con. Well, it happens multiple times a year now, and not just twice.
Yeah.
But we
It's
were
our
the last
third
one.
wrap up of MCM.
Is it a third? Second?
I think it
third?
might be, yeah.
It might be the third.
I do like
yeah,
to do
because
MCM wrap ups because it's the biggest con we have in the UK. I like
yes,
to do an MCM wrap
yes,
up, definitely.
yeah.
So,
And that was
So-
as a time of recording last weekend. Takes place in May. This past one was obviously May 22nd to the 24th.
Mhm.
They also now have in Birmingham August, and then MCM London again in October. August is the first.
yeah.
This is the first August they've done in Birmingham. So, but yeah, so that was this past weekend. We both had great experiences, very different conventions, didn't we?
Which is different to our wrap ups before, because a lot of the time when we've done the other two wrap ups, we've pretty much hung out most of the weekend
Mm-hmm.
and done the same things in the weekend. We've like gone around the con together, seen the same things. This weekend, I genuinely think we saw each other maybe twice.
Yeah,
We just had so much other stuff we were doing
Yep.
each.
independently of
That
each
it was
other.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah. And that wasn't like, oh, I don't want to see Dex this weekend.
yeah,
It was just that we got so much stuff to do
yeah.
that we'd organised and it just nothing crossed over.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is so much stuff to do at MCM. Like a lot of the stuff that we were doing didn't even involve half of what's on offer, at the convention.
Mhm.
So, like, do you want to start with your Friday? Like, why were you so busy?
So my Friday was I was doing a lot with Lee Garbett. I had gone in my Daredevil suit because I was going to do some little bit with Forbidden Planet again. Lee had done a variant for Forbidden Planet that was to be released at MCM. So it was an MCM exclusive cover, it's the original cover. It's issue 1. It's the original one, but it is the sketch variant and it's the Virgin cover. So it has no logo on it. It is literally the black and white of Daredevil. I love it. I've got a copy up there, which is personalized to me by Lee. It's not just a signature. I didn't, as much as it's like really nice and expensive to get on and get it graded and stuff, I wanted a personal one because I've been working with him. I actually got an awesome other cover, which I can get down here, which I'm going to show, which is a Batman cover. So Lee did this as a fan art, and then DC saw it and loved it and said, can we release this as a comic? So how sick is that?
That's cool. The absolute
it's
Batman
a
with the
foil.
logo looks like blood. Oh, that's cool. Wow.
And in the logo is the city, if you look at the bottom.
That's so cool. I could not see that
So,
from this distance. That's
yeah.
so cool. Very
So
clever.
It's a really nice cover.
Nice.
So I went to go and see him quite a lot. I had some bits for him. So I had been working on an Omen staff for Lee. He didn't know about that. So that was a bit of a surprise for him. I'd made him a helmet, which he knew about. I wanted to keep the helmet a surprise, but I needed his measurements. So I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to decide on something else. So I did actually manage to 3D model an Omen staff and make him that, which the video is on my TikTok. He loved it, thankfully. And then I did manage to get out and go and have a look around that. I didn't look around the con once on the Friday.
You were working. You were literally, with Forbidden Planet.
So
yeah.
I went and did I went and did a couple of photo shoots and then literally came back in because Lee had a signing upstairs for Forbidden Planet, which was literally like me, Sonesh, the photographer who comes with us. Sonesh is amazing. And Jack, who is doing a lot of the stuff at Forbidden Planet. And Lee had 800 issues of comic to sign.
Holy crap.
And people were offered to come up and get their comics signed for free. Because at his table, you had to pay. But he did say, and people were saying, you can go up here and meet Lee and get your comics signed for free. And we only had 3 people come up.
No way.
3
If
people
I wasn't
came.
busy, I would definitely would have come. That sucks.
So he didn't, it wasn't literally, he was sat there waiting like this. He was signing stuff off Forbidden Planet for the website.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just open a blind because it's got really dark in here.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to turn on the light too. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah. Yes, that's better. There we go. There we go.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yeah. So yeah, it was literally he was going to get boxes and boxes and boxes to sign, and I was there just because Jack wanted some photos with the Daredevil there, with Lee signing. Sonesh was going to get photos. Jack was meant to have 3 people helping him. He had himself. So Lee was literally doing this, like sign, 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 and pretty much sliding them to Jack. And Jack was just getting like, oh my god, there's hundreds of issues, and I've got to wait for them to drive and then pack them, but he needs to get into the next box. So me and Sonesh literally pretty much stayed with him and Lee for like an hour and a half, just helping Jack get these comics in boxes. And I used to say Sonesh, I was like, if you need to go, buddy, please. And he was like, no, I'm having a good time. It's fine. And we got to talk to Lee, ask him loads of stuff, just chat. And obviously, it wasn't all about the comic. He was asking how I 3D print, how we do stuff in cosplay. And we just had a great chat with him. It was fantastic.
Great. That sounds awesome. I'm sad to have missed it. And your Omen staff is probably the first in the world to exist.
So yeah, there was actually a guy who was dressed as Omen came to Lee's table.
That's
now,
cool.
It was cool. Unfortunately, I know the guy and don't really get on with him. Didn't realize it was him until I saw his partner with him because I was congratulating him on it. And I said to him, I was like, your Omen looks amazing, dude. Like, so good. And he just went, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's also a guy that when I was doing all this work told me I got it completely wrong and he got it completely right, and then all the photos came out and it was the other way around.
Yep. So, I had wondered if it was the same person.
Yeah. But I will say the Omen looked amazing. He had done a great job on it. It did look good, I will admit that. Like, I'm not gonna take away from that. Doesn't matter. He looked great. And he'd done a staff. I didn't give it to Lee. But yeah, I gave it to Lee. I'm still hoping to get Lee on the podcast. I need to ask him. I keep forgetting. I will. I've been reaching out to other people and keep forgetting to reach the guy I talk to pretty much all the time. But no, it was just manic. I didn't see him all day. I was running around doing stuff. Yeah, it was mad.
Yes.
But great fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, fair enough. And this is why I didn't see Troy all day, because he was working. I was trying to do the stalls stuff and look around at MCM a bit. I was also somewhat kind of having to help Katie because she had massive wings that needed folding and unfolding as part of her cosplay. It's part of the rules that you can't walk around with a certain width, and therefore she needed help. Someone to fold and unfold her wings. So, but yeah, it was just a busy con trying to take it all in, and then Saturday again very busy for multiple reasons. Saturday being the busiest day of con. Before I move on to the Saturday, the Friday night I saw the Natural Six live show. Natural Six are another kind of D&D live play group like Critical Role. This one features voice actors like Critical Role. These voice actors include Alex Jordan, who was in Baldur's Gate 3, Ben Starr, who is, Verso in Clair Obscur. He was in Final Fantasy 16, and Geralt of Rivia himself, Doug Cockle, is part of this group.
Wow.
Yeah, the DM had him say "roach" a few times in his voice. Of course, it was unhinged. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was a great show, and so the Saturday. So yeah, Saturday again, busy for different reasons. I was competing on the Saturday in the cosplay competition.
You were.
My first competition. That was an experience. So as I was prepping for this and trying to finish up the last bits of my cosplay, it's my own fault really, because I didn't do it to the standard I would have liked. I ran out of time. I was just very busy with life. I did the build book, submitted it, had the prejudging. When I turned up in the morning, they give you a prejudging slot, and my slot was just into the afternoon. And you go there and you have 3 minutes, and that's generous. A lot of competitions will give you 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to talk through your entire costume and what you did for it. Exactly.
What?
So I'm here word salading, rattling off as fast as I can. The sword was made this way. The wig was this way. This was EVA foam. This piece here was sewn, and this is how I finished the seams. I made this and patterned it off of this. You're just going through it, and they are strict on time. There was someone else in the room who went 30 seconds left. And as you're doing this, they're asking you questions too. So they're like, "How is this done? Do you mind if I just have a quick look at that?" And you're there trying not to lose your flow, answer their questions, while they're also standing around you, flipping your seams, looking at your sewing, handling your props, seeing how it was constructed.
Are you wearing this at this point?
You're fully wearing it. You are in it, top to bottom in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they inspect you on stage, and
Do they? What's under here?
Yeah, but it's a very intimate experience, shall we say. They do ask consent. They're like, may I touch you? May I, like, turn your seams inside out? But yeah, like, it's very intimate. But, you know, I certainly live by the rule of, like, 5 feet. If it looks from 5 feet, great. But this, they scrutinize to the detail. Like, if your sewing is a little bit wonky, that'll knock you points. You know, everything. And it was actually, like, everyone was telling me, everyone who's competed before and competed loads of times was telling me it's the most fun you'll have is being with the other competitors. And that was totally true. Like, being in the queue with all of these people who were so good at what they did and, like, seeing their costumes up close, it actually took a weight off. Because I saw some people who were incredible, and I went, I can chill now, because I'm not going to win. They got this. Like, there's no and spoiler alert, I didn't place. I didn't even get Best Beginner. The person who got Best Beginner, I didn't even realize was in the same category as me. That's how good they were. And it was their, like, second ever sewing project. And they had all of this, like, intricate detail and, like, gold work and embroidery, plus LEDs, plus EVA foam, plus the whole shebang. But it was because the first competition, second ever build, technically a beginner. And they, yeah, absolutely stomped it. But yeah, it was a great time, though. I would absolutely do it again. But, like, that opened my eyes, like, the level of craftsmanship and attention to detail one needs for a competition. But that took me out the whole day. That's why I was busy the entire day because of that. You know, you have your prejudging, and then you have like an hour maybe until you have to go back there and then queue up and then get ready backstage, and then it's the entire show. By the time the show's finished, you have like an hour left of con, and I just wanted to, like, I was been on my feet all day at that point. I just wanted to go sit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. It sounds mad. Like, massive kudos to you for doing it. Like,
Thank you, dude.
I could not do it. Could not do it.
I reckon you
Like,
could.
I can't sew, so that's one thing that there's my flipping thing on as well. But I scrutinize myself too much on stuff, so having someone else do it would just annoy me. I don't think I could do it. Like,
Fair enough.
yeah, but like the fact you did it, your stage performance looked great when you brought it out. It looked awesome. It's nice that someone can admit their faults as well, where you went wrong. And you know you went wrong.
Yeah,
so
100%,
one of the things you said to me is 3D printing, like seams and stuff like that. So I've obviously been doing 3D prints for maybe like 2 years now, and learned a lot, failed a lot. So yeah, we've already said we're going to do some bits and bobs where I show you how to seal and how to cover seams and stuff like that. So
Very
we can improve that. Like,
Yeah.
it is like, even though I don't compete, anything in cosplay and stuff like that, this is all a bit of a learning curve.
Yes. Cosplayers are the
learning
ultimate, like, yeah. Like, if you can dream it, you can do it. Like, the amount of skills that every cosplayer has learned just by giving it a go, I think is commendable. Like, as you say, you've made loads of mistakes in 3D print, and, like, now look at you. You know, look at the prints that you're making. Like, I've made loads of mistakes when I first started sewing, and then the second thing I ever sewed, I was immediately like, I can do this. So
I mean, the sword I'm working on at the minute, the power sword.
Yeah.
It's by far the biggest sword I've done. I've done Dante's sword, but it's not that intricate. It's literally a straight piece. Obviously, the handle's a bit more intricate, but it is literally 2 colors. It's silver and black. This thing is huge, and it's not like just one color.
Yeah.
I mean, have I shown you it?
Yes. It's taller than you, or it comes up to, like, here on your done it. Yeah.
Hang on. It's light as hell, so it's really easy to get over here. But this is the sword.
Oh.
So this is the power sword from He-Man Master of the Universe Revolution. I get Revolutions and Revelations mixed up. But yeah, it's like it's up to my
yes. Sorry, it's probably as tall as M's, which is why we were talking about in the first place. Yeah.
Is big, and there's so many colors in this thing. Like, the middle is blue, it's a gold, there's black in here, there's silver all down the side. This thing is for Secret Con, and I need to crack on with this damn thing.
That's in 2 weeks, so yes.
Yeah, so I gotta get this done. But yeah, it's all a learning curve. Like, I mean, you look at this. This is genuine. So it's seriously last thing I've printed. First thing I printed.
Oh, the little test boat. I got one of them back there. Yeah.
Yeah. So literally, first thing I printed, the difference.
That's cool.
Like, it takes some time to just get stuff wrong.
Yes.
Like, I still get stuff wrong. I still get stuff where I've put, like, not seams, supports in the wrong place, and something will collapse. The other day, I had, like, two massive fails where it was like I went to bed and like woke up in the morning and it used a whole reel just in like straw.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So it is just a massive learning curve in terms of just failure helps actually do it. As much as it's annoying, you learn from your failures. It's the same with
Yes,
anything.
it's true. It's
Same
true.
with this. We're learning from failing.
Yeah, you learn more from failing. In actual fact, totally,
Yeah,
totally. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, massively.
yeah, nice. So, what were you like? You were busy on Saturday as well.
Yeah. So if you've been watching me or following me, I have been cutting for 12 weeks in prep for the Saturday to do He-Man, the 2026. We are in 2026, aren't we?
We are.
Yes, we are. 2026 movie, which obviously me and Dex have said we went to saw the other night and got to go as the premiere. Now I've specified I'm going to specify in a video. My prep was not in prep for the premiere. At the point when I was prepping for it, I didn't know we were going to get the premiere or anything. I was prepping for this day just to do this cosplay because I wanted to. I know some will say, "Oh, I jumped on a bandwagon, he was going," or something like that. I didn't know until 2 weeks before the event that I was going.
Yep.
So I was already 10 weeks into a cut before I knew. So the whole prep was just for Comic Con, and I kind of went full on.
You did.
Madly full on. I did 9 shoots. I didn't stop shooting until 8:30 at night.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Because I wanted to try and get as much content as I could.
I mean, you look great. You know, not just obviously the cut, but like the cosplay itself and the wig and the sword,
Yeah.
all.
I mean, that definitely I have to shout out was a massive group effort. Like in that, like when I know I'm gonna do like a cut and stuff, I know my time is going to be limited because I've got work. I've then got to train. I then get home. Depending on what I've done in the steps, I then just have to stand on a treadmill pretty much all night. I can't build. As much as I would love to have given He-Man a go, like building wise, I knew I couldn't. I wouldn't have had time. So my friend Steve Knightley, who made an incredible job and 10 times better than what I could have ever achieved in terms of how it looked, because it looked like leather. It looks like it's
It's
literally from the movie.
unreal. I cannot believe it's foam.
Yeah, that Steve could enter a flipping competition and bloody place incredibly well, I think. If Steve really put his mind to it, Steve is an incredible builder.
Yeah, he is an incredible builder. Does he sew? Because if he sews, that's it. That's
I
job
think he
done.
does. I think he can
there
actually
you go.
sew. He
Job
just doesn't
done.
do it much, but
Yeah.
he can sew.
Mm-hmm.
Did a phenomenal job on that. Absolutely amazing job. And Abby, Snowflake, Hime, the wig is insane. Like, it looks like it's out of the movie. I know it's my wig, but it's still looking at. I actually think looking now back at it, the hair from the movie is quite hard to pull off.
It'll take a lot of bounce and hairspray and the right amount
Yeah.
of like flat iron. So-
But it, like, I don't know if a synthetic wig would look right with that hair or sit right with that hair. Because the way mine sat, it worked so well. She did an incredible job on it, because she cut it as well. She didn't just buy it and style it. She cut it all to the right lengths and everything, and added little bits in where she needed to. Abby is the wig woman. Literally, she is insane at wigs.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, I have to give a massive shout out to Scott. Scott, Mad About History Scott, who came on here. Scott has also got an Instagram, which is Scott the Physique Artist. And Scott, we've talked about it, has done bodybuilding on stage and everything. But Scott does my programming and everything when I'm not in a cut. But when I was in this cut, he was on me all the time, supporting me, checking in and everything. And literally towards the end, for the last 3 weeks, Scott messaged me every single morning to literally see, how are you doing? How is the weight? How are we looking?
Nice.
Do we need to drop the steps? Do we need to do them? It was so regimented and he was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I couldn't have done it without him. Couldn't have done, obviously, the cosplay without Steve or Abby, but also couldn't have done it without my friends. Like, everyone knew I was doing this cosplay because I was putting it up. I was waiting until it was ready to post. Everyone knew I was doing it. And the encouragement I got for doing it was great.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Hopefully it paid off.
It definitely did. It definitely did. And, you know, as you know, as you say, you weren't even cutting just for the premiere, but it just happened that that you were going to the premiere and everyone loved it there too. Like, you know, the amount of you were right in the middle as well, right behind Alex Zane, right dead center of the red carpet. Yeah, it was a great spot for us all actually. Like we got really lucky, you know. But yeah, like you smashed it. You know, hard work from obviously your stylist and your armorer, prop maker, but also hard work from you. So it takes a village, as Rob Ailing had said when he came on here. So yeah, takes a village.
Did.
Cool. And then Sunday, final day came.
Sorry,
yeah,
I did manage to make the sword. It's the one thing I managed to make myself.
Oh yes, true, you did. And the vinyl wrapping was crazy.
And I got it vinyl wrapped, put it on TikTok, and now everyone is wrapping their swords.
Yep.
Literally.
Well,
like we went to the premiere and there was like 3 or 4 people who'd done the exact same thing and got theirs wrapped. So started a trend.
Ugh. I mean, hey, someone had to. But yeah. And then Sunday, my partner Katie was competing, so that was me handling for her. So she did the performance category only. On the Sunday, she wrote.
Incredible.
Thank you very much. She wrote this original parody song to the tune of Part of Your World from Little Mermaid about what we all go through as cosplayers, which is con crunch, which is where you suddenly realize you have a very tight deadline and you're up all night trying to finish all the last minute bits you have to do. She wrote an entire musical parody about it. I helped only insofar as the staging and cleaning up some of the lyrics. Oh, I did like the sound mixing. Obviously, I was doing the recording because it's like kind of my wheelhouse. I was doing the sound engineering and the track and everything like that, but she killed it on stage. She absolutely, you know, nailed it. And she was having so much fun, like just in the performance category. Like the judges, like awarded the originality of it, I guess. But yeah, that whole thing, competing takes a whole day. So it was me all day. The fact
that she won.
I mean, yes, she also won. She won the entire thing. She won the entire variety performance.
How many things has she won now?
She won Best in Show at Insomnia. She won Best in Show at Fantasy Forest. She won Best Performance just then, of course. She also won Best Costume at a small local con, at Gloucester Comic Con, a few years back. This was before Insomnia even, so...
insane.
Yeah, 3, 4 things?
Absolutely insane.
I'm probably forgetting one, to be honest with you. But she also likes competing.
Random, totally off-topic question. Was the competition at Fantasy Forest exactly the same as, like, at a con? So they judged her on the making and everything. It was all exactly the same.
Exactly the same. She had 2.5 minutes to talk through it all, I think. And again, the judges were there, like, flipping the seams, asking her how she did certain things. And, like, she goes all out in terms of accuracy and in terms of the hand-making element. So, like, she dyed her own fabrics to make it match the color exactly of, you know, Éowyn's dress in that occasion. She actually... A lot of the stuff that wins competitions, crafting competitions, is what you don't see. So she had a second dress underneath that gave it more of the shape of the actual final dress. And obviously the craftsmanship on that. And then the overdress as well. She also handmade and modeled all of the accessories and things, so... Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper all out.
Katie is incredible.
She is exceedingly talented. Yes. I'm very lucky to, like, when I was sewing, I was like, what's this? How do I do this? And, like, I refused to let her touch the machine. I was like, show me. I need to do this. But she obviously knew everything, and she, like, I was sewing my tunic off this pattern, and she was like, these instructions are stupid, do it this way instead. And I was like, oh, that is better. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. She just knows. So,
and she's self-taught as well.
Like, she took a night course in sewing when she was an adult, but, like, she inherited the sewing machine from her aunt, and so, like, there's some family history there. But yeah, mostly self-taught in terms of cosplay. Definitely mostly self-taught. So yeah,
mad, absolutely mad. She is just incredible. And the performance is online. Go watch it, because it is so fun, and you can tell that Katie is having fun.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just a brilliant idea. And I genuinely was like, okay, so I saw the end photo of her in Ariel before I saw the performance. Right. So I actually thought it was 2 separate competitions at first. And one was for Ariel, and one was for the hood, like just a performance. I didn't realize she was wearing that underneath and pulled something and it transformed into that. No idea.
Yeah.
I had no clue of that until I saw it.
That's very cool. She'll love that you said that, actually.
Yeah. Amazing idea. Perfect idea.
Yeah. She was working on the quick change mechanism and trying to figure out in her head what I hope I'm not giving away her secrets, but what ended up happening was she had the entire underdress underneath, obviously the wig concealed by the hoodie, and there's magnets on the hoodie itself all around. So when she unzips it and pulls it, the magnets come apart, and then the dress unfurls. So yeah,
So clever.
that's very clever. Very clever.
Like, I've used magnets on stuff before, but that's clever as hell.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there we go. That was my Sunday. That was her Sunday, and then
Yeah.
I didn't see Troy once on Sunday. Not a single time. What were you doing?
Running around in a pair of underpants.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I did the last part of my cut, which was the Spartan. I
Yes.
brought my Leonidas back from 300. Pretty much just because the cut was there, it was like, there's other stuff I probably wanted to wear more. I've got so many cosplays to wear at the minute that I haven't worn. I've got 2 new Supermans. I've got a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I've got 2 Daredevils. There's loads that I've got to wear. But just because of the cut, I was like, I'm not going to get this opportunity again, so I'm going to do Leonidas, which is great. I enjoyed it. I didn't do as many shoots that day. I didn't want to do as many shoots. I wanted to take it a bit easier. I got to go and have a look around the con. Managed to get that cover from Lee. I managed to meet one of Lee's friends, Jock, who has drawn one of the Daredevil covers, which I'm trying to get hold of because it was an exclusive to America. But he actually had randomly, and this was not planned, he had a variant cover of a 300 comic he'd drawn.
No way.
So I had to go and get that.
Wow. Nice.
And I did actually manage to get round the stores, and I actually bought one of my grails. I don't think I've shown you this.
You have.
So I went and bought this. This was something I've been wanting for a long time, and it was a lot cheaper than I thought. I don't know if it was like a full-on #1 or anything like a reprint, but it is the first appearance of Hellboy.
Oh.
So Hellboy didn't actually appear in Hellboy to start with.
Right.
It was in the Next Men, not
That's cool.
X-Men. It was the Next Men.
Yes.
I don't think it's anything to do with that, but that was where they first ever showed Hellboy. So he's on the cover, he's on the back, and I think there is a sketch in here. So it's the first colour appearance of Hellboy, Faith storyline, part 3 of 4. So I'm not bothered about the story. It's the fact that it's Hellboy's first ever comic book appearance.
That's amazing. Graded 8.0 as well.
So,
It's pretty good.
yeah, not bad. And it was 79 quid. I got them down to 70 because it was the last part of the day.
Fair.
So
Decent.
I was really happy with that. It's going up somewhere, because I was running out of room. But stuff. But yeah, managed to get that, which very happy with. But yeah,
Nice.
Sunday was a bit easier, and I actually think I was warm. I think I was the most comfortable of anyone.
What a cosplay to choose to wear when it was like 35 degrees outside, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, I know you had sunscreen on, which is good, but you probably still were warm. Like,
But yeah, I was red hot. I have fully decided now as well. If I do that again, I need to 3D print a helmet because that metal helmet is too heavy.
right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
probably absorbs all the heat. So,
Yeah.
jeez. Not ideal.
No.
So, yeah.
But, yeah.
Two very different shows
it
for
was
each of us.
fantastic.
Yeah. But it was a great
But
time.
it was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday, Friday was great for one reason. Saturday was great for another reason. Every day was great. Saturday was
Yes.
the one that I was aiming for, that I really wanted to push for and get as much done as I could because I wasn't sure I was going to do a massive amount more He-Man. I've now fully decided, like, this is a permanent thing. I'm sticking with this character for as long as I can. It was way too long since I've cosplayed him since before. It was like 2022.
Oh, right.
So it's a long time since I did it before, and I loved doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking with this one now. He is here to stay,
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
and I'm going to do obviously more versions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there is this version, and I have already started plotting and working on another version already.
He's
which
on it.
will be a more of a winter version. Be better for the
Okay.
winter because all he's got on show is his arms. The rest of
Okay.
it is it's actually the one from the 2000s comic. So he's wearing like a red tunic, a whole red onesie tunic looking thing.
Okay.
The best way you can look at it is DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe. So this is actually a comic where He-Man fights Superman
Right, that one, yes.
and actually
Yeah.
wins.
And
So
wow,
he actually
he wins.
he kills Superman.
See, I knew it. Michael said it was the other way around, And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not right. So,
No, He-Man kills Superman. He stabs him through the heart with the sword.
oh,
So,
jeez.
yeah.
That's cool, though. Yes, I do know which look you're talking
Yes.
about now, actually.
I do have plans for that, so.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, like we said, there's more MCMs to come. August in Birmingham and
Yeah.
October back in London. October's the bigger show as well. It's bigger typically than May. You'll get a lot more of the same good stuff. Like you'll get EGX, which is the video game convention that's now merged with MCM. You have Artist Alley still with loads of artists like Lee Garbett, you know, the people that you want to see. Loads of guests. Like I didn't get to see any of the guests except for the Natural Six cast, but like
No.
there was like Nathan Fillion
Kevin
was
Eastman.
there. Kevin
As well.
Eastman, one of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was there. How crazy is that? That's so cool. They had game premieres, like they had more, I think, in-depth trailers on Blood of the Dawnwalker, which is a game that you and I have been interested in. It looks insanely good. I love a good vampire game, and there's so few of them, and that game looks insanely good. Yeah. Oh, on the Sunday as well, I took part in a game show, a ridiculous, fun little like.
Yes, I
Video
heard about
games.
this.
Yes, it was chaos, but it was
Yeah,
fun.
and I didn't know this was happening because I would have been able to come to this, and I didn't find out until it had already finished.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, it was chaos and hilarious. So yes, thanks again to MCM for having me take part. I saw my face everywhere because obviously all of the merch posters and like on the
Yeah,
digital
which you-
screens, like Abby and I were like, "There's us again." What? A different Abby to the wig maker Abby. This is Opalink Cosplay, who's also excellent at. She's phenomenal
Yes.
makeup as well, actually, but she's excellent at cosplaying. Yeah, we were the MCM merch models this year, and like Jesus, they really pushed it. You open the app and there's our faces, and I'm like, this is surreal. But it's a great show. Obviously, as Troy said, the biggest one we have in the UK by a mile. I have been convincing people to go. One of my colleagues went with their like. God, how old is she now? Like 2-year-old daughter for the first time. It was their very 1st Comic-Con. It was great. So yeah, something for everyone, sort of thing.
Yeah, I really loved it. So I've got one complaint
Okay.
actually this time, and
Yeah.
it is not at MCM. Again, unfortunately, it isn't at MCM. It's at the XL itself,
Yes.
and it was exiting the XL at the end of the day is ridiculous. So there is obviously hundreds, if not thousands, of people trying to get out of the XL at the end of the day. They have 2 doors open.
Insane.
So they have that whole front, and they usher everyone out 2 doors, and they leave the left-hand side for just accessible and disability access. Now, don't get me wrong, there needs to be disability and accessibility access. However, for me, that needs to be elsewhere, because then that negates, you are actually causing more problems, people trying to funnel out of there. It took me and Dan nearly half an hour just to get out from the stairs to the door.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That is not a long distance at all.
Ridiculous.
That's
And it's
crazy.
and the amount of people that were actually going out the accessibility within that time may have been like 6.
Right.
Genuinely, like 6 people went out of it. And also, it is really unfair that, and I know this again, this probably isn't XL management, but it was so blatantly obvious. The XL staff let their friends through.
Oh. Huh.
So someone walked up next to me and Dan. Me and Dan were like, "We'll go through here." And he went, no, you can't come through. Accessibility access only. Sent us on. Look behind. Guy came up, went, "Sup, dude?" Walked straight through.
Right.
I mean, that's not on that. Even if it is accessibility and you're going to keep it at that, that's not on.
That's not on.
The
Yeah.
best thing to do for the accessibility would be to use one of the side exits.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got literally the exit that used to be the entrance for the Disney Expo,
Okay, yeah.
which is on the left, or back through the ticket door entrance, which is
Yes.
literally to the right. Use the first shutter, and it's literally the same distance for them.
Yeah. And the ramp
And
is right there
also-
still, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The ramp is still there, and if they are disabled as well, as soon as they come out of accessibility, they are straight into the crowds anyway.
True. Yeah. And those crowds, because
So-
they stop there while they're trying to figure out where they want to go, right?
They
And that's
stop
half the
there
battle,
because
yeah.
there's people coming across this way to get to the train.
Mm-hmm.
There's people going straight across to get to the grass. There is people everywhere. So you're actually not even achieving anything because right at the end of those doors, you get to the same place anyway.
Yeah.
So that
weird
and again, that
choices.
is, I know that's not MCM. That is the XL themselves trying to get people out. The
100%.
XL And unfortunately, it seems to be every time we have any complaint or anything or any, I'd say not major complaint, more like a point of view that we need to say, I think you should look at changing this. It's always the Excel itself. It's never MC.
100%. You're totally right. You're totally right. We also had a mare getting out of MCM, as it turns out, on the Saturday because we had parked at the Excel, and it's like the easiest stairs are right by the middle Costa. They lead straight down to the car park. And as the con was closing, we went, oh, let's just drop off some of our props. We're already here. May as well just put them in the car. We did that. We tried to go back up and they say, you can't come back up. And we're like, well, but our hotel's that way. It's the fastest way. He's like, no, you have to go through the car park then to get back out. And we were like, okay, show us the way then. And he pointed this way, and he literally said, oh, just go straight, then right, then left. He didn't elaborate. And we were like, okay, so that way? And he went, yes. We walked that way. He goes, no, that way, and points a completely different direction. We go, okay. We walk that way, and we walk for about 10 minutes, like, into the bowels of the XL. This is, like, storage closets and, like, pipes and shit. And we're like, where the hell are we? There's no one else around. We turn around and try to go back the way we came. Luckily, there was someone else who worked maybe for the convention because they were putting stuff away, and they were like, hey, you can't go out this way. Like, I don't know what he told you, can't go out this way. But I have the key to that gate. I will let you out. And that's what actually got us out to the west entrance again. If we hadn't run into that guy, we might still be wandering the Excel to this day. Like, and that's, yeah, it was just a crazy choice. Especially because they wouldn't let us up because the con was closing. But when the con closes, they close all the shutters to the halls, and it's the XL still is a building, like, with a walkway in the middle. So I was like, where would we go? It's not like we're going to go back in, because in doesn't exist anymore, so let us up so we can go out. Anyway, XL staff, yes. I don't know. Interesting rules.
A very interesting rules sometimes. Very weird.
Yeah.
But they also are still very weird on checking things still.
Yeah.
Like, they never, genuinely, I really expected it. I don't know if it's because it didn't pop up a metal detector or something, but they never once checked my great big power sword.
Interesting. Well, they checked my very obviously 3D printed, looked like it was about to break in half, Zagreus sword. So, doesn't make sense.
Never once checked it, ever. Or my spear, or my Spartan sword.
Yours look like metal as well, so that's strange choices.
And I was willing to show them it. I'm not like, I was like trying to, I was not like hiding it. If they were there, like, can we check that? Like, yeah, fine, check it.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They never once tried. Very weird.
Weird choices.
Ending on good. Yeah, MCM XL very well ran. We love the people that run it.
Yes.
We really do. Over the last few years, we keep saying it's really improved and everything with the people you can communicate with and everything. It's fantastic. The staff there are great. They listen every time to people's feedback on the actual con.
Yes. They genuinely
some
care.
Don't.
Yeah. Some just don't. And, some are, they have the excuses of being big, but, like, we know the people who are doing, like, the unsung hero work. We know the people who are literally filtering through all of, like, the safety and, like, safeguarding complaints that certain people have against other people. Like, they filter through, they genuinely read all of those things. There is someone whose job it is to make sure everyone is, like, safe and protected, and not just in the usual health and safety ways. Like, this, they put a lot of effort into it, and this is why I'm, like, a firm, backer of MCM now. Like, people will complain about anything, and some of them are legitimate, but everything that has been talked about and complained about has been worked on, and that's the mark of, like, that's really the important thing. They are trying and succeeding. So,
yeah. I mean, like, so much. I haven't done this story on here. I keep forgetting it ever happened, and unfortunately, it's still going on. But they have tried to sort it. There is someone on Facebook that is using my photo and as their profile picture.
I didn't realize that was still going. Right?
Yeah, it's still going. The guy is still using it, and I reached out to MCM because the photo he's using is a photo they took, and they've used as marketing a few times and stuff like that. And they've said that they will try their best to get it taken down and stuff like that because it's their photo. They own that property. Although it's me in the photo, they own that photo. So they are trying to get this guy blocked or deleted or something because he's using my likeness for him. And to be honest, unfortunately, the stuff he's putting up, I really don't want associated with me at all. It's horrendous stuff.
Yeah, he seems like a horrible person with very,
Yeah.
very red flag views. So yeah, Katie's
Yes, I
subscribing.
don't want any association with that. There she is, the winner. There she is.
She says hi.
Hi.
That was a treat for anyone who was on video, but yes, there she was.
But they are trying to sort that. So the MCM staff really do listen.
Yeah.
I know, like, people always have complaints and stuff like that, but they genuinely are. A lot of them are just genuine fans of what we're fans of, and they are trying to help you out.
Literally that. Yeah.
And me and Dex
Literally
will
that.
vouch for that and stand on that hill with them.
Yes, 100%. I will die on
with
this
these
hill.
giant power swords.
Exactly. We have the power. Teaser for next episode. But yeah, there we are. MCM was great. I recommend it. Come to the next one.
Every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope Hasbro come back in October.
I do.
So
I'm
really
pretty certain
love that.
we do come back in October. Yeah. So
Yeah, I need Hasbro because Hasbro were great last time. I loved interviewing Hasbro.
it was also UK Games Expo this literally now. So I think a lot of retailers had to choose between MCM May or UK Games Expo. So yeah.
That's fair.
But there we are. MCM.
Awesome.
Cool.
See you then.
That's it. Like, if you like what we do and continue to listen this far, thank you, as always. We are Podcast Pop Cultured on Instagram and pop.cultured.pod on TikTok. We have a YouTube. Check it out. And we will very shortly return with some Masters of the Universe actors. Yeah.
We are actually returning with a Master of the Universe.
A literal Master of the Universe. That's cool to say. I'm saying that from now on.
We have a Warrior of Eternia and a Master of the Universe.
Master of the Universe. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.